Thank you, Damien. As you can see behind me, a lot of people were confused between no on Prop 16 or yes on Prop 16. So I just wanted to at least have the reminder that, Prop 16 proposed to cut this section out from our constitution, which is currently protecting all the individuals from any discrimination on the basis of race, sex, color, ethnicity, and national origin in our public employment, education, and contracting. So, and if you're confused, this is what no on 16 will do, which is to keep this section. Um, and as Mr. Sanders has mentioned, I'm also a longtime Democrat. I've been supporting Democrats since the first time I landed here in the U.S. Back in 1995, and although I'm a new citizen, I've always been advocating for many of the democratic policies, and I also wanted to put a section up here that to remind everyone that um, counter to what popular believes that Democratic Party is not always the biggest fighter for um, equal rights. It has. I mean, in fact, this is the party platform. It has been, one of the, you know, leading party that has fought for marriage equal rights, gender orientation rights, and all those things. Everything, this is part of the party platform. For me, I'm actually, I've been an activist here in the city of Milpitas, and this is a city that is the home to California's first racially integrated community. And we're very proud that we have always been a very diverse city. And today, California is also a state without any majority race. Diversity is indeed our strength, but forced diversity through discrimination and government preferences is counter to the very values that we believe in. And if they're doing that just to try to achieve or force an equal outcome, then you're really ignoring the problems in systemic issues and systemic equalities that is in our society today by just putting a band-aid and trying to show that statistically you can solve a problem by doing race rebalancing and all those things, but it's simply unjust, and it will only sow more resentment and stereotypes in a society that's already very fragmented today. So I'm actually very grateful that our state assemblyman, who is a Democrat like myself, actually did not vote for ACA 5, which is the precursor to put Prop 16 on the ballot. So, again, just to make sure that everybody knows this, is that not every Democrat, including legislators, actually support this proposition. Um, and as the introduction has mentioned, I am an underrepresented minority in the tech industry. As a female engineer, there are very, very few of us. Um, I'm also a feminist for women's rights, and I always want to make sure that we are not being treated worse or better just because of our gender. We're very, very capable based on our own merits. We just need equal opportunity. And as a Democrat, I've fought for a lot of social and environmental justice. So I strongly believe in the party platform that we must always fight to end discrimination. At the present time of social unrest, you have seen that many of the issues that kind of rise up in different parts of our nation, those states actually allow affirmative action based on race and gender and so on, and yet it never solved the problem. And California also had allowed race-based and gender-based affirmative action for over 30 years, from 1960s to 1990s. It did not work. It did not solve the problem. This is all just band-aid solutions. So I don't think that we need to bring back policies that has failed us and failed other states. What we need to do is Californians really need to unite beyond party lines to protect our civil rights and stand by our pledge of allegiance of being a nation that's indivisible with liberty and justice for all. As a mother of two children who attends our local public school, and it's a district that has a very high number of students who come from the lower social economic class, as well as a lot of immigrants who are the English language learners. There are definitely a lot of barriers to achieve equal outcomes, but it doesn't take away the fact that these systemic inequalities really need solutions at its roots, from birth through high school, in order to close achievement gaps. If we just try to shortcut real issues and real problems in our systems by just forced rebalancing of numbers in the college and in the employment stage, that's already too late. You're not really fixing any issues. I myself, am a victim of race-based affirmative action in my home country, Malaysia. So I know firsthand the detriments to individuals, to families, and to societies when citizens were not given equal treatment because of the color of their skin or one's race or one ethnicity. And luckily, America is built on the principle of meritocracy and equal opportunity. It has opened its doors to me and many others and anyone with the talent and ability to help make this country a better place. And it is possible because of equal right protection in our constitution, without which many of us would never be able to even come here in the first place. As you know, there was the Chinese Exclusion Act and many Immigration Act before this that really was a deterrent to immigration. And history has also shown us that many of the civil rights, they did not come easy. They were hard fought by generations before us. California was once the most racist and xenophobic state in the country. There were more laws against Asians than any other races. And it took over 100 years with the courage and unity of people through many civil rights movements to achieve the equal rights that we get to enjoy today. And the 1996 Prop 209 is one of that action, one of that movement, because it took people, it's the people of California from all backgrounds, Republican, Independent, and Democrats, who actually voted and passed Prop 209 Civil Rights Initiative. Since 1996, it has really propelled public institutions to enact fairer processes, regardless of race, gender, and national origin. And today, you can see from the numbers, California is the number one in the country for diversity, for social mobility, for gender equality, for the smallest, wage gap from between women and men, for public health access, as well as the largest economy. So it clearly shows that equality without discriminating based on race and gender and all these protected traits really has a positive effect. So, again, I stand by the fact that we as a society will be are clearly stronger when we are united as Californians, as one human race. But today, it's a lot of times I feel that many of the politicians and special interest groups are taking advantage of elections to really pander for votes. And it's by trying to dismantle our constitutional protection of equality and rolling back to its old ways of race-based and gender-based preferences and discrimination under the guise of this diversity is just not the right solution. So I hope many of you, if you are new and hearing Prop 16 for the first time, please do your research and really look at the facts. Don't be swayed by catchy taglines and so on, or catchy slogans. It is not that. It is really, if we really want a better society, if we really want long-term solutions, we have to do the hard work of fixing systemic inequalities at its root. Prop 616, taking away civil rights protection, is not the answer. So please vote no on Prop 16. Please, no discrimination, no division, no preferences, and no structural racism. And I wanted to, kind of take this moment to um, kind of value this in memory of Justice Ruth Ginsburg, who passed away last week, and she is a lifelong fighter for equal rights. She has always said that affirmative action is a temporary solution, and we must all keep on the good fight and carry on the torch, because we have tried affirmative action for race-based affirmative action for over 30 years. It did not work. We are now doing class-based affirmative action. That's what has been in place for many years in our UC, in our public employment, is to help people who comes from lower social economic class or first generation college attendees. And these are the things that can unite us. So let's get behind No on 16. Let's make sure that we stay as one California, undivided. Thank you so much.